Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and with all these bank failures and all that's going on, the attack on crypto and all, there's no more important time than for you to have your digital assets on a ledger. I've got mine on several, so you control the keys and you control your stuff. So I'm going to put a link in the top of the description of this video. Click on it and you can go get yourself a hard wallet so that you can be protected. Now, XRP captain, amidst all the chaos, Ripple versus SEC lawsuit could end before March 31st, this month. We've heard this from John Deaton. We've heard it from Jeremy Hogan. There are several different legal minds who James Phelan, I believe, thought that it was going to end before then. What I'm hoping for, why not, is March 17th, St. Patrick's Day would be nice. Maybe I could have a margarita on that day to celebrate. Hopefully celebrate a win. Then Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, put this clip from President Biden out here. Listen to what this guy says to him as he's walking away.
Thank you. God bless you. And may God protect our troops. See you in California.
Mr. President, what do you know right now about why this happened? And can you assure Americans that there won't be a ripple effect?
Do you expect other banks to fail, Mr. President?
Should all depositors...
I've heard the phrase ripple effect in conjunction with this on TV probably 5 times in the last 24 hours. Uh-oh, now we got the official cool guy checking in.
Hi, I run a crypto company. Are you looking for a banking partner? Why don't you try Signature Bank? They've been great to me. Let me take you for a tour inside. Shut down by the feds. Stop the cameras.
Okay, and then from Michael Branch, Ripple and XRP whales moved nearly 1 billion tokens after the SVB exposure. So we know, just to reiterate, we know that Ripple had exposure at Silicon Valley Bank, like just about everybody in Silicon Valley did. But now all deposits, even over the $250,000 FDIC limit, all deposits are being given to you can be assured that right now there's a lot of wire transfers going on from Silicon Valley Bank to probably multiple banks across top tier banks, tier 1 banks, right? Now, and I'll get to it in a second and make another point on that. Of all the people that that CNBC would go to this morning, they went to Jay Clayton to try to sift through all of this.
Are the comparisons apt? And do you look at this and say it's over, it's finished, or there's more to come?
Look, I think, like always, there are valid comparisons and there are differences. I think the difference that we should talk about is that in 2008, we were talking about individual institutions as systemically important. I think what we're talking about here is the regional banking system writ large as systemically important. And what happened was you had what I would say is an isolated incident at a fairly idiosyncratic bank bring to the fore an issue, which was, what do we do about excess deposits?
Right.
Deposits above 250,000 in the event of a failure.
Okay. Well, now I'll tell you what's really going on. Operation Choke Point was very simple. Shut down the crypto-friendly banks so that all the money for this new asset class runs into the arms of the government's banker friends, including Jay Clayton. He's the government's banker friend. He's at Apollo, but anyway, Jay Clayton, of course, will benefit because he's in the club. Now, folks, you're warned. I'm telling you, you listen to what I'm saying here. Killing Bitcoin, if anything would be the final kill shot, they don't want to kill crypto. Understand something. They want to kill the crypto that is not the crypto that they're going to control. They want to roll this into their system. And I've said for a long time, I've said for 5+ years, it was never Bitcoin. This down with the bank stuff ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. They might let Bitcoin exist as long as they're not talking that stuff. I'll never forget it. I was standing at Bitcoin Miami and they had a picture. I can't remember if it was a dollar bill that was burning or what. It was like a picture that had been done. It was on the wall. Chris Giancarlo himself was standing right there and he turned to it and he said, they need to take that down. And I'm telling you, these people might let Bitcoin exist, but if you think that they can't kill this thing, I can tell you how they could kill it. Right here. It would be the kill shot too. You have to ask yourself these questions, and none of these Bitcoin maxis will ever ask this question. Why do you think that they haven't come out and addressed the fact that they're on video saying they met with the 4 Satoshis? Why have they pretended for all these years that it's some unknown person? They've pretended that it's an unknown person, and they know who it is, folks. They know it's 4 people. Now, why have they done that? It's one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to allow Bitcoin to exist, or out of nowhere, somebody's going to, breaking news across the screen. The government, we've figured out who, through some means, figured out who Satoshi is. And that's the end of it, folks. The whole facade comes crumbling down. And that would be the kill shot. And that's when you would see them roll it into the real stuff that's going to be used. Watch what Jamie Dimon says
Only
here.
value of a Bitcoin is what the other guy will pay for. And I think, honestly, I think there's a good chance that Bitcoin, a lot of the buyers out there are up there jazzing up every day so that maybe you'll buy it too and take them out. And I quite mean that, by the way. You know, these people are very good at manipulating the press these days and getting news out. And so every day, you have CNBC, nonstop Bitcoin. Who cares about Bitcoin? I mean, the world's economy is so big. We move, JP Morgan alone, these companies, $6 trillion. We move all this money. And Bitcoin in total is all these currencies are $50 billion, maybe $1 billion trades a day. And the other thing I've always made of Bitcoin, governments, and this is not a technological statement, governments are going to crush it one day. Governments like to know where the money is, who has it, and what you're doing with it. And in case you haven't noticed, okay?
You're watching, folks.
Governments like to control their currency.
You're watching the governments crush the crypto banks. You're watching them crush crypto in general. You're watching them intentionally with this Operation Choke Point. And if you think that Bitcoin is, this is something that Kendra Hill that disappeared off social media said a long time ago, the assumption is that somehow Bitcoin's beyond that. It's untouchable. No, it would be the final kill shot if that's what they were trying to do. If it's allowed to survive, it's because it was allowed to survive. Now, and the other thing is, make no mistake, all these things that you've seen from Luna crash to the FTX to the MIT Media Lab to the guy with the island, all of it's connected, folks. And I've shown you the connections. But this guy, look what he says. He said, what if I told you we've uncovered the direct links of collusion between Citadel, FTX, Gary Gensler, Mark Elias, and likely that 3-letter agency. We don't talk about those on this channel. Okay? And they would do it to destroy crypto, corner traditional equity debt securities markets, wreck the middle class, rig elections, usher in great reset. Okay. I'm not going to go through his thread, but you should. Then you got this. Silicon Valley Bank UK has been sold to HSBC, which I believe is a China-owned bank. Am I wrong? 10 U.S. banks that could be risky following SVP. All these banks are probably shaking in their boots. I'll repeat it again. Put your money in one of the top tier, 3 to 5 banks that would be too big to fail by this government. Now, look at this, folks, because this is what they're trying to accomplish. Gemini's already there. It's very sad to hear the news about Signature Bank. They've been incredible partners to Gemini in our industry for a better part of a decade. We have 0 customer funds and 0 Gemini dollar funds held at Signature Bank. All Gemini customer U.S. dollars are held at JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and State Street Bank. Well, I thought, hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay. I thought that the narrative was that the feds are shutting down so that banks can't bank crypto. Well, the fact that we know that JP Morgan banked Mt. Gox. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and State Street are banking Gemini. So apparently it's okay to the feds if those guys are banking crypto, just not these banks that have been shut down. In other words, like we've said for years now on this channel, this whole thing is being guided into the arms of the big boys so that they can make all the money off of this new asset class. Write it down. And here's what else has gone on. You know, Charles Hoskinson has been mad at a lot of us, but I'll tell you when somebody's telling it like it is, and right here he is. He says, I recall being told by numerous dApp projects in the Cardano ecosystem how A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz, blacklisted anyone who was building on Cardano. Looks like Silicon Valley is having a really hard day. And I said, the market has been led to believe that everyone wants to build on Ethereum because of Ethereum. 100% lie. It's been a coordinated lie to create a monopoly for Ethereum, which is actually an inferior technology to many other digital assets. And it's been coordinated by the VCs, like he's pointing out, A16Z, the media, the SEC, the CFTC. They were all involved in the Ethereum free pass. CNBC, what have you heard? Bitcoin, Ethereum for 10 years. They were all involved in it. We have the video, we have the timeline, we have it all. Just in multiple banks, stock trading halt over volatility. The trading halts have always been amazing to me, folks. We have a free market as long as the bankers are not getting hit too bad. Then they're like, oh, let's kind of put some halts in there and jimmy this thing. We don't want it to go down too much. But as long as it's going up, no trading halts. It can go up 1,000% in a day, but no trading halts. Only trading halts if it starts to go down. Too much. How about that? Charles Schwab halted. Unrealized losses, question mark? Uh-oh. And this made me laugh today. XRP, the standard productions, which is parity. What the hell is this? SEC versus Ripple? 278.5 million. 278 million XRP transferred from Ripple wallet to the SEC settlement wallet. I didn't even know such a wallet existed. SEC settlement wallet. Now that is funny. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that SEC settlement wallet, which is parity, is very active right now.